You're listening to the podcast where we talk about life, sports, family, and everything in between. Welcome to Just Talking Out Loud with your hosts, Ron and Terry.
Hello and welcome to the show. I'm Ron.
And I'm Terry.
And we want to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Happy Thanksgiving.
It's Thanksgiving week, which, to be honest with you,
came fast.
Yeah, it came fast and I forgot. So I was thinking as I was getting prepared for the show, and I had all these notes. I don't know if I have these notes in front of me.
Oh, because last time Zachary joined us.
Yeah, Zachary joined us the last time. And so, I had this one ready for our episode. And then I thought, well, you know what? We're going to spend the first half of today's show. We'll talk about Thanksgiving. We'll talk about what we're thankful for. I know we've touched on it before when we first met. And I took you to our first Thanksgiving dinner to my grandfather's house. So maybe we'll touch on that. We'll also talk about what people like, what they like on the table. What's their favorite side dishes? Although I've been hearing stories
about what they won't eat.
Yeah, a lot of people don't want a turkey this year. They want to do something. They're just tired of the turkey. But how often do you make turkey?
We don't make it very often in this house.
Well, it's once a year. Well, no, that's not true.
Twice a year.
Twice a year. Because we have Thanksgiving. We don't have Thanksgiving in July, but we do a Thanksgiving turkey our first night on vacation.
Yeah.
We've been doing that for years.
When we get to the condo, we stick the turkey in the oven in a baking bag. Always make sure I have the baking bag. And then we don't have to fight the crowds because it's always Saturday or Sunday and everyone's out to eat that night. And it's like horrible to try and get a table.
Well, the other good thing too is we don't really have to do a lot of shopping.
Yeah.
On that first night.
Yeah. I mean, I take that meal with us, which is really just stuffing, potatoes, a bag of corn, and the turkey. So if we're going to talk Thanksgiving, talk about a couple of those things. Then the second half of the show, we've taken our kids when they were young for their birthday to certain places. Mm-hmm. Wait till you find out where this mom took her son. We'll talk about that and some other things. Again, I have a whole list, like what's some of the projects, if you're listening and your husband or your significant other has done a project at home, what is it taking him long to complete? Or is it not even completed? Maybe it's not even done. Who knows? We know some people who don't complete things at all.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
2 years, 3 years later, there's a truck sitting in the yard from 10, 12 years ago?
Well, you get busy doing other things, so that happens. So let's go ahead and get started with Thanksgiving. If you had to pick a side of all the sides, what would be your staple? Well, I know what your staple is. If you're making Thanksgiving, we haven't done Thanksgiving here. My mom usually does it. So, what is your favorite side dish? Should I play a song? Because that was a long hesitation.
I don't know. I
didn't think you were going to just.
I like stuffing. I like.
Stuffing is
considered.
Potatoes.
I love my mashed potatoes too.
The most common side dish would be stuffing. And they were asked about the best side dishes. Mashed potatoes were crowned the favorite by almost 50%. And it just beats stuffing. So you mentioned both of those, and they're right. They're both right there.
Yeah. And
those are staples. And Jeff would make the homemade stuffing. I think I think that's what he makes. And it's really good. And it's one of those times. It's not just the food, because there's a lot of work involved, but it's just getting everybody together.
Yeah.
And we always do. We've been doing things a little differently, a little earlier, because our Thanksgiving is actually going to be earlier than the actual Thanksgiving, which kind of makes things, you try to speed things up and try to get things done. But what it does for us is the kids don't have to, rush around and go from to our family to their family.
In-laws, yeah.
You can kind of just sit back and relax. And I think it's it's made a huge difference because I remember us running from house to house trying to make everybody
trying to go
to
to
see
my
everybody,
mom's
yeah.
and then your mom's or your mom's and then my mom's, or like if your mom was cooking at 1, my mom was cooking at 4 or 5, and we would have to rush out and go to the other one.
Yeah, and so it's now that we've done it this way, the kids know we can go and we don't have to. There's no rushing, no rushing around.
Kind of fortunate because for the last 20 years, Mom and Dad went to Florida, and then they were down there.
That's true.
By Thanksgiving and Christmas,
That
so
is
we didn't have to
true.
share holidays.
Yeah, but even now,
Except our one trip right after Christmas to Florida, which I still owe you on.
yeah, the 28 degrees down in Florida. But even now though, with us still doing it early, that still opens up now for your family if we wanted to do something Thanksgiving
Yes.
Day.
Yeah, we could go out and eat with
yeah.
them, or we could,
Now we usually do Christmas Day here,
with both families.
right? And then
With whoever can come, because
whoever, right.
everyone came. Our kids come to Christmas
Eve,
to
right,
your mom's.
right.
And
so-
she's even been doing that early lately.
True, we have, because RJ, depending on, some people don't get Christmas Eve off.
Yeah.
RJ doesn't, so we've been doing it earlier on that too. I don't know exactly how it's going to work this year because it's Saturday, Sunday, but anyway, we're getting off subject. So sweet potatoes came in third, and I thought that was interesting because
They said
we like sweet potatoes.
People won't eat candied yams though, but what are don't candied yams have a lot more sugar on it? I would think they'd be even better.
I would think so. Cranberry sauce. I'm not a big cranberry sauce. It's supposed to be a
And
shortage
then
this
some
year.
people say they won't eat cranberry sauce out of a can. They want it they want the good kind boiled, cranberries boiled.
I like sweet potatoes, so I wouldn't mind that
like
as a
sweet
side.
potatoes.
It'd be a good different.
Or
Maybe we could
yams.
do that for Christmas. We'll have to talk about it on our Christmas show.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to after dinner desserts, apple pie is number one, which is kind of surprising because I thought it would pumpkin, but it only beat. It was 43%. Pumpkin came in second at 42. I was going to say pumpkin because I don't have.
Usually Thanksgiving is a pumpkin day.
We don't eat a lot. Yeah, we don't eat pumpkin pie. Now
Very
you've been
much.
putting pumpkin in our muffins that
Yes.
you've been making,
And I like them.
but that's not a pumpkin pie. You know what I mean? It's not a pure
Pumpkin pie.
like-
Pumpkin pies take a long time to bake.
loaded with Cool Whip.
Yes.
That's which
Very
makes it
yummy.
great.
Still want to try the pumpkin cheesecake.
So apple pie came in first. Pumpkin came in second. Chocolate came in third. Chocolate pie.
Chocolate.
I'm assuming.
Yeah.
So here are the top Thanksgiving sides. We already talked about it. Mashed potatoes came in number one. Stuffing came in number two. We said sweet potatoes. Cranberry sauce. Mac and cheese. There used to be a time when our nephew would only eat mac and cheese. It was hot dogs and mac and cheese. And Fenn, our grandson, is getting to be a lot like that.
Yeah.
He eats. He eats peas and stuff. But
They're introducing more and more.
yeah, we're trying. But
But I think those would be his go-to ones.
and you got to peel the hot dog.
No skin.
No skin. Doesn't like the skin on the wiener. Green bean casserole.
People hate it.
I'm not a big fan. You just said candied yams is on the list.
They hate it.
Oh, this is a favorites. We're
green-
still in the favorites.
Oh, well, green bean, they were saying on a radio station today that people won't touch the green bean casserole, the candied yams, and the cranberries out of a can.
Well, yeah, I don't like cranberry. Cornbread is another favorite. Baked potato. You're a big baked potato person.
I do like a baked potato, especially when you have a steak at a restaurant.
Corn on the cob. I never had that as a side. I like corn on the cob. It's kind of late now for me. Brussels sprouts. I don't know. Butternut squash, collard greens.
We like butternut squash.
And then peas. We eat peas. Some Thanksgiving sides around the country. The Northeast, they like mashed potatoes. That's us. Mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, and cranberry sauce. The cranberry sauce I could do without. Do you eat the cranberry sauce?
I don't
Zachary
know.
likes
it. My tastes have changed as I get older. I don't know. I'll have to try it again.
The Southeast, stuffing, mashed potatoes, and sweet potatoes. Boy, there's a lot of potatoes in there. The Midwest is mashed potatoes, stuffing, and green bean casserole. And out west, they like mashed potatoes, sweet potatoes, stuffing. Boy, there's a lot of
Carbs.
calories. Woo! And in the Southwest, mashed potatoes, stuffing, and cranberry sauce. So those are just some of the top Thanksgiving sides.
Mainly mashed potatoes.
Around the country. And speaking of calorie count, you know how you feel pretty full? You get to unbutton the pants when you're done. You get that
carbs.
tryptophan.
Yeah, from the turkey.
From the turkey. And they did a study, and they estimate that the typical Thanksgiving meal contains a staggering 7,300 calories.
That's with dessert and everything, right?
Well, it doesn't say. I'm assuming.
I would hope that's with your apple or your chocolate pie.
I would think that yes, I would think that would be including.
Especially if you go back for seconds. So you say you have your turkey, your mashed potatoes, your stuffing, your sweet potatoes too.
I try to go light the
sometimes
first time
your mom
through.
has turkey and ham.
Ham, I know.
So if you had ham and turkey and all the sides and your green beans and corn, sometimes she has 2 veggies out there, plus a salad sometimes. Then your rolls.
Right.
You usually have some kind of
have the
rolls or
rolls.
bread. And then you go right into your desserts, and sometimes there's brownies and pies. So and then your mom makes pistachio dessert too. So if you try all of them, I guess you could have more than 7,000 calories.
Absolutely. There's no doubt in my mind. And you know, we don't stop there. You got cookies. You always make
Cookies.
cookies. You got cookies. Lisa brings cookies. Mom makes cookies.
A lot of times there's pumpkin roll.
Oh, I feel fat just thinking about it. I may have to ride the bike twice that day or the day before.
Day before and the day after.
Well, I'm not off the day before, so.
I'm not either. I have to work on my birthday.
Yeah, you do. Your birthday's this week. This week that it's coming out.
That this is, yeah.
So it's the 23rd. Happy birthday, Tara. I'll give you your present later. Although you might not consider it a present. There was something we were talking. I was going to kind of move on. Something you said, and I lost it. I was going to something about. Yeah, we do have a lot of desserts, but there was something else. Oh, I don't want to ask you. So we talked about the meal itself, but I was listening, like you were talking about the radio. They were talking about some people are upset because there's not enough leftovers for the next day.
Oh, yes, because I do like to eat the leftovers the next few days.
In fact, it says here that 2/3 think Thanksgiving dinner leftovers taste better than the original meal.
Yeah, because it all soaks in. It soaks in the herbs and spices.
I'm one of those ones, when you make spaghetti,
you like it the second
I like it the first day, don't get me wrong, because I eat spaghetti. I could eat it all the time. But there's something about the spaghetti, you know, it gets in the fridge and it gets all that sauce soaked in. And I remember when my grandmother used to make the sauce. And,
the homemade pasta.
Gosh, yes. That's when Terry and I were first dating, we went to Thanksgiving dinner at my grandfather's house in his basement. They had a big long table because there was quite a few of us. I have a lot of cousins. My mom was a twin. She had 2 sisters. She was a twin. And so we'd all get together. So I bring Terry down, and Terry's looking for a turkey. I know we've probably said this story before. She's looking for a turkey, and it's just this little tiny, it couldn't be more than 5 pounds.
I think they just cooked it for me. And maybe, was Diane there that year too?
I don't think so. I think you were one of the first girlfriend. I don't know.
Invites.
Maybe not. I could be wrong about that. I'm trying to remember who was all there.
Because you were still in high school.
Yeah. Diane might have been there. Maybe.
No, I don't think they met until a little bit later.
After. But anyway, so she found the turkey. He was on another table. Wasn't he on the main table? He was on the back table with all the desserts.
Yes, it was just
it had
turkey.
It had the smelts.
Yeah.
That table had like smelts and turkey.
That was on the main table.
I thought that was on that table along the side. And then the main table had the big, giant plate of spaghetti. Remember the
And
homemade?
raviolis. I remember them big raviolis you made.
Because she made homemade.
I could only eat one or two,
spaghetti.
and I was stuffed. And you ate a whole plate of them, and I thought I'd be sick.
And it wasn't that thin; it was the big, thick noodles that she'd
made
run through that
homemade.
machine. Oh my gosh!
And then fill them with meat.
Oh man, it just and you take for granted those times, because as you're young, you don't think about it, and then as you get older, you start thinking about family getting together, playing. We played football in the backyard of my it was a very small yard, but it just I don't know. It flies by. We've got a grandson that's already 18 months old. I mean, that's how fast it's gone already. It's amazing. But anyway, so they did this survey, and 7 in 10 say that the next day Thanksgiving sandwich always tastes better than the day's fresh dinner.
Yeah, your mom
I
makes
do
stuffing
sandwich, absolutely. 49% agreed the main course makes the best leftovers, and so do the side dishes. So what are some of these side dishes that leftovers? These are the best. This is what makes the best Thanksgiving leftovers. Turkey, of course, number one. And it does there's something about the next day. You could put it over, because we've done it on
bread
vacation.
And gravy. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Oh, well, we've done cream turkey over biscuit
Right.
with it leftover, or we've done just turkey sandwiches to take to the beach. That's why we do that turkey, because if there's any leftovers, then all we have to do is get a loaf of bread for the next day and take that to the beach, and you have sandwiches, and you don't have to run home.
Sad part is it says that 8 pounds of Thanksgiving leftovers still make their way into the trash every year. That's sad.
I don't think we ever threw away. I used to boil the bones and make chicken and the turkey and noodles, and I make turkey and then nice noodles and vegetables like turkey noodle soup. Sometimes there's no soup to it.
So some of the leftovers, of course, is pie. I mean, who doesn't like
Leftover pie.
Yeah. You kind of get mad when people go back for the seconds and the thirds, because you're thinking,
Hey,
I was going to have that tomorrow. What are you doing? You're killing me here. Some unique ways to use Thanksgiving leftovers. Some people make turkey tetrazzini. Some people reprocessing the rest into a barbecue is their favorite way, with a dish from my country called bolos. I use the turkey to put inside burritos. I think that's how you say that. Pot pies, soups, and sandwiches is another way to get all the soup.
I used to make what we called boiled dinner, and your mom called ham soup.
Yeah, and my mom would just take whatever left over and put on a salad.
Yeah.
She'd throw it on, like it turning into a casserole. Some people say that some other ways to repurpose Thanksgiving leftovers is to stuff everything into an avocado and bake it.
I never tried that.
No, I know. I was just thinking, I've just got onto avocado stuff because you were on that type of diet and we were eating avocados, and I'm like, avocado's not bad. So I'm just wondering, because it takes on the taste of whatever you put in it anyway.
Yeah, it
so some people have breakfast potato pancakes, pizza from the rest of the food. Some people make waffles out of their Thanksgiving leftovers. I don't know exactly how you would do that. Some people mix all the leftover food into a pot and make a soup, like you just said. Or some people fry it all up and mix it all together in an omelet. That would be really different. Popular ways to revive holiday leftovers, of course, put it in a microwave, right? I mean, that's how we always do anything that we revive anyway. So I don't know. The leftovers, definitely. Well, we haven't had a lot of leftovers.
The turkey cranberry bake. We do the broccoli ham bake. We could try turkey bake. I don't know. You say you don't like cranberries, but maybe we could.
Well, if you mix it in, like Fenn doesn't like broccoli, but if he doesn't know it's broccoli and mixed in, he ate it.
We ate it
broccoli
again
mix,
today
yeah.
for
So,
lunch.
If you're looking for something weird, a lot of people do a lot of weird mashups. Some people do pumpkin spice mac and cheese. Some people do mustard donuts. They have a new holiday side. Ora Bora has turned Thanksgiving upside down with its new green bean casserole sparkling water. Yeah, I know it doesn't sound great. They say it's sweet, earthy, buttery flavor, and green bean casserole is available through Ora Bora's next secret menu, but I don't know if you'd want to bring this sparkling water as a side dish to your party. But that's just something I saw today, and I thought it was a little different. A lot of people do like the
green bean
pumpkin spice mac and cheese.
Sparkling water is green bean flavor?
That's what it says, green bean casserole sparkling water.
I don't know. They were saying most people won't touch the green bean casserole, so I don't know why you want a sparkling water of it.
I don't know. We got people looking for some kind of sparkling water all the time that has, no sugar, whatever. Water is water. Just drink water. It has no sugar in it.
I know. The sparkling, they put the,
gotta add
the
something for it to
bubbles
be a
and
little
the
bit
sugar
sparkling.
in it, and that's nasty.
Before we get to what we're thankful for, and we finish up this segment, I had said this story. You were listening to to my radio station, which is FM 7 The Drive, by the way, on Live 365, and it was talking about this time of year, Christmas music starts early.
Yes.
It's already started. There's one station. I think it's, oh, shoot, I lost it. I forget. There's one station that plays, start in November. They play Christmas music all the way to, I think, after Christmas. And then I think they go back to regular I think. Anyway, now if you can't stand hearing Christmas songs weeks before Thanksgiving, then you're not really alone, apparently. You might want to avoid the music because a psychologist in the UK says too much Christmas music is bad for your mental health. Clinical psychologist Linda Blair, wasn't she in Exorcist? Linda Blair? I thought that was the actress. I know it's not, but I sound like the same name. She said the constant barrage of Christmas tunes too early in the season forces people to remember all the things they have to do before the holiday. I hear a Christmas song, I don't even think about that.
I don't either.
Especially if it's a good song.
I know. I'm rocking around the Christmas tree.
Or a Dean Martin, or Bing Crosby. I don't think about that.
I don't either. And you know what? We don't commercialize our Christmas so much.
No.
I mean, we've
already
bought
Bluey.
a couple things for
we're already
for our grandson.
Yeah, we sure have.
We'll draw
Bluey.
names at your mom's house, and we'll pick them up then within 2 weeks after we draw the name, unless we are looking for something specific. But then we get on the internet, and nowadays the internet's made it easy. If they put something on there that you go and you can't find, then you just get on the internet and you order it and it comes to your door and you wrap it up.
That is true. It's very simple. You don't have to leave the house. That's what I like. They say the songs are a reminder to buy presents, cater parties, organize travel, all the more stressful chores during Christmas. She said that simply spending all your energy trying not to hear what you're hearing. I don't know.
I don't think of it that way.
I don't listen to it all the time, but when I do, I kind of like some of the songs that you go into stores and sometimes they'll play something pretty cool and you kind of sing along with it. I don't know. It just kind of gets you in
the mood,
some kind of mood. I don't think about all the stuff I have to do.
But I
wait till the last minute to do that.
And even when we were young, we didn't spend more than we made on Christmas. I remember our kids asking for something big, and I would say, I don't spend that amount on the whole Christmas. And they're like, you've got to be kidding me.
Right.
How do we get all that? Because I started shopping a long time ago, and I just,
Well, we're going to talk Christmas after Thanksgiving's first. We always got to push Thanksgiving out of the way. What was that picture where the big giant turkey was sitting on Santa Claus?
Yeah.
And it said, wait your turn, fat boy. And it's true. We push. Thanksgiving's so cool because I think it's a way to just be thankful for all the things that we have.
You get together with family and friends and you just,
I know
there's no presents and no,
There's a lot of people out there that are struggling. I know that. And it's tough, but
there's a lot of people that don't want to work since COVID too, though.
Yeah.
Now, I do feel bad for the nurses and that gave up their jobs because they didn't want to be forced into vaccines or whatever.
Well, there's a story coming out now, especially in New York, that they're making companies rehire and pay them back pay.
Oh, I hope so.
Because they should have been forced to
they shouldn't have
take
been
something
forced.
they didn't want to do.
Especially if you're in the medical field and you're willing to work with that and not know what it was new, and you already been exposed to it and you probably already had it. Why should they be forced to get a vaccine for it? And look, now it's proven that the vaccine doesn't make you not get it.
Oh, no, you can still get it and still transmit it to another person.
Yeah.
It doesn't stop it.
So
it might lower the
risk
the
factor.
Causes for you.
Right. The risk
but it doesn't
factors.
protect someone else just because you have a shot.
Yes. So,
at this point. So anyway, but if you were to be thankful, we'll finish up this segment with just things that we're thankful for. I would have to say, first of all, we're very blessed.
Oh,
We've got three great kids. We've got great daughter-in-laws. We've got a beautiful grandchild. We have our moms are still healthy and,
able to live on their own.
Able to do things.
They both still drive.
We've got a support system behind us that has just been beyond, there's so many things. As I get older, I start thinking about all this stuff that, I miss my dad, you miss your dad, miss people in our lives that we haven't seen. And we don't take the time to see the people who are still around. That's the sad part too. We don't make the time. And before you know it, it's too late. And you see family only at funerals. That sucks.
That's the one thing I am glad that we moved mom and dad up when we did. I thought he had more time than he did, but at least I got to spend his last few months. I saw him almost every single day. I saw him. So
I think if we had a regret, the only regret now, of course, looking back at that time, we didn't know how sick your dad was or how long, because he was okay when he got here at the beginning, and it just gradually seemed like it worse. But we probably should have left her house down, her trailer down in Florida, because I think she's missing that.
Yes, and I think she would go for a good month or more.
Yeah, or more. Probably the winter months, because she's not a big fan of this weather.
No, she's not.
She's
having more sinus. She never had sinuses, but now she's having sinus problems from the cold.
Well, I think, when you travel to Florida every winter for the last, up until the last couple of years, I mean, that's hard to get used to when it's 30, the high is 37, and she's used to, it was 78, I think, down there in Florida. But, so what do you have? What are you thankful for this year?
Mainly my family. I mean, we have a great family. Our kids come around. We see RJ and Lauren even more now that they have the baby. Just, all of our kids are close, so we get to see them all. You know how many people have to travel for, and then if they decide to go see a grandchild, then they're giving up their ones that are close to home for that holiday or whatever. We are very fortunate in that.
Yeah, I mean, I think
our jobs, we have.
We both
have jobs.
I've been blessed with.
Been talking about retiring, but if it wasn't for my job, I wouldn't be able to retire. But,
right. Yeah, you got a pension. A lot of people can't say that.
Yeah. And it may enable me to help with grandkids for the next 5 to 10 years. And
hey, if we can do it, let's do it. We'll find a way.
Yeah.
We've gotten this far.
And we gave up when we had our own kids. I gave up working with the second one. We were fortunate enough that your mom was.
Yeah.
Well, she said, "Oh, goody, I get to watch him." I was like, "Okay, I guess I don't have to look for a daycare." Yeah, we were fortunate enough that we never had to use a daycare or anything. And then I stayed home, and we made some sacrifices for me to stay home.
Are so expensive, and it's tough because Fenn has had to go to one, and it's only been a week and he's already sick. And that's to be expected, unfortunately. Well, especially being born in COVID and we all wore masks. He didn't have any germs. And he had croup already. He had it before.
Right.
So he's probably more susceptible to getting it, I would think. But we're grateful that they have found a place. And then again, they can wait. what is it, another 6 months, I think, 7 months? Or is that where we're at? July, August? I don't know, somewhere in there.
Somewhere in there. We have to look at all the details.
Yeah, there's still a lot we got to do. But definitely thankful even for our listeners that have stuck with us. We've been doing this for 2 seasons, and I didn't know if we were going to get through the first 7. And I'll admit that there's times I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. I don't know why. I go through this up and down thing sometimes.
Well, we seem to always find something to talk about.
I've got lots to talk about.
And we probably shouldn't have taken a break.
No, we probably shouldn't have. And I think maybe next year we'll find, even if it's short, even if we just do 30 minutes around the pool, I think we should probably just try and it may be every 2 weeks. Not do it every week, maybe every 2 weeks. That's okay too, because you're still keeping. We didn't do one for months.
We probably should just put this setup down by the pool, and whoever's here on Monday
just hook
night,
it up and go for it.
Tell all the kids how if anyone can stop by Monday, we're doing it.
We're going to do one.
Whatever you want to talk about.
No one will show up at all.
Zachary seems to always have some kind of story.
Yep.
He always has something going on at school or going on at the drive-through window or whatever.
Well, we're hoping that you have something to be
or the
thankful.
Doctor's office.
Oh, yeah. His hemorrhoids. Oh, he probably didn't want me to say that. Hopefully you have something to be thankful for this year. And we want to wish you a very happy and blessed Thanksgiving. So that's our Thanksgiving portion of this show. We'll come back. You know, Terry and I have 3 boys. We've always done something for their birthday. This, not quite this. We'll talk about that coming up next. So you want to start a podcast. Maybe you're listening to the show today and you're thinking to yourself, boy, that would be fun. And I have a lot of things I want to talk about. Maybe today is the day. Maybe you're looking for a new marketing channel, or you have a message that you'd like to share with the world, or you just think it would be fun to have a talk show. And it is a lot of fun just talking to your friends. Maybe you have ideas about sports, life, or whatever your passion is. Today's the day. Podcasting is easy, it's inexpensive, and it's a fun way to expand your reach online. And where should you go? Buzzsprout. It's hands down the easiest, and it's the best way to launch, promote, and track your podcast. And your show, believe it or not, can be online and listed in all the major podcast directories in minutes, like Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcast, and you wouldn't believe how many more there are. And they make it simple to join all of them. Podcasting is not hard when you have the right partners, and Buzzsprout is the team to join. They are passionate about your success. You can join over 1,000 podcasters already using Buzzsprout. We're one of them. We've been on Buzzsprout from the beginning, and I'm so glad I joined up. I had a little bit of an issue, emailed a customer service rep, and they got back to me within 5 minutes, and they had me calm down. It wasn't that hard, and what I was doing was my fault. So here's all you got to do. Click on the link in the show notes. It tells Buzzsprout we sent you. You can support our show, and if you get a paid plan, you get a $20 gift certificate from Amazon. Now, here's some other things that Buzzsprout provides. Like, you get a great-looking podcast website. Now, a lot of people think, I got to get a website, got to pay for that. No, you don't. They provide it for you. Also, they have audio players. Maybe you have a website. All you want to do is promote your show on your own website. You can do that with their audio players, and you can also drop it into other websites and on Facebook or Twitter, and they help you do it all. Believe me, Buzzsprout is the way to go. They've helped me immensely, and I've had a lot of fun doing it. So maybe today is a day for you to start your podcast. And if you do, check out the link below in the show notes and get a $20 Amazon gift card. Welcome back to the show. As I don't know, do you like that idea of like maybe doing, I don't know. It was funny because I forgot it was Thanksgiving. And I just, but do you like having maybe 2 different subjects, or should we do something? I'm just trying to think of something.
Yeah, that's fine.
To make it, I don't know. We'll probably do a bunch of Christmas stuff. Whatever stories come out for Christmas.
because once you hit Thanksgiving, it's boom, there's Christmas.
I know. Tell me about it. We've had 3 boys. We have, growing up, being married, our first one born was 1987. Boy, do I feel old when I say that. Here we are, 2022. And then Nathan, our second child, and then Zachary. And we've always asked them what they want to do for their birthday. And for the most part,
When they were real little, we did not do big birthdays. Like a lot of people do it nowadays. They have this big first and second birthday.
I will
We
say,
had family
yes,
birthdays.
we've had
here at
family.
home.
I understand the first birthday thing. I kind of get it, but I don't get it because I just feel like
You never know what the child's going to react like. Some of them are afraid of all the people. Some of them are afraid of,
Fenn did really well.
He did do very well.
I just feel like other than pictures, he's not going to remember
Right.
too much of it. He fell asleep before he even got to the
You
present.
spend a lot of money and they don't remember.
It was really
I
nice.
remember Jared's first birthday. It's either his first or second. He cried and wouldn't go near anyone.
No.
It was like, and it was in a pretty big place, but he just felt like all them people were closing in on him, and he just,
Like I said, Fenn did great. I just, I don't know.
I think because it was warm weather and open in the
I think that had a lot to do with it too. Yeah.
So it was kind of
It wasn't
outside,
claustrophobic.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Right. Did our kids did Chuck E. Cheese, I think, didn't we?
Yes, around 4 or 5, usually for their 5th birthday, I let them pick what they wanted to do.
Bowling?
RJ picked Chuck E. Cheese. Zachary picked bowling. I think Nathan picked bowling for
Who
his
broke their
9th
finger?
or 10th.
Was that at a bowling party?
Yeah, that was at someone else's bowling party though, but that was RJ.
He broke his finger. I
middle
thought so,
finger,
yeah.
But that was at a bowling party, but it wasn't his.
I know kids in our neighborhood, because we had a lot of kids that our kids were friends with. We had Anthony. Anthony was like another child for us. He was fantastic. Watch him grow up. And we had Jared and Billy. And I mean, friends in and out. We had a lot of kids come in. They loved coming here when it was birthday time because my mom would give everybody like money or she'd buy them something. So they felt like it was their time too, because she always felt bad if it was RJ's, Nathan would get something, or if Zachary was around at that time, it was just RJ and Nathan for the first 8 years.
7 years.
7 years. So then, she would have to make up for it.
7 and 9.
And then Anthony would get something. And then, they'd always, and they still remember that today. She'd pass them $5 for,
I'll go to,
it wasn't even their birthday. I'm going to their party.
I go come home with a $5 bill.
But anyway, so we did bowling. We did Chuck E. Cheese sleepovers. And of course, you always we made donuts.
Oh yeah. On the sleepovers, you got pizza and you got the homemade, our donuts are.
Now, I'm not sure if with our kids, if they were 5 years old, if we would decide to take them to Hooters.
I don't think so.
Well, this lady did. She took her 5-year-old to Hooters, and he was pretty giddy. In this video had 6.9 million views. He's smiling from ear to ear. He was flanked by lots of waitresses. They were all singing happy birthday. Now, again, he's 5. And I think people, it wouldn't be my first choice to take a 5-year-old to Hooters. But it seemed like I saw some of the video and he was having fun because it was all about him. And then, of course, you always have all these people saying, thinking that the comments come in as it's about women and their short shorts
what is the thinking behind this?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know exactly why she took to Hooters. It doesn't really say. It just the video came out, and then of course when you go on TikTok, then you can comment, and a lot of comments are saying, "What the taking your child to Hooters on his birthday?" That's just some of the people are outraged by it. He says, "Bro, he's 5. What's he doing in Hooters?" Great mom and dad, asked another annoyed audience member who added the eye rolling emoji. I don't know why she would take him to Hooters, but I mean, maybe he's found something new to play with. I don't know. It's not video games anymore. But that wouldn't be my first choice, is Hooters. But that's just me, especially 5 years old.
Some of the younger ones, 5 and under, are afraid of like the Chuck E. Cheese and the the
Ain't that
mascots
that's
at
true.
those places. They have all kinds of play yards, but
Yes.
they usually have some kind of mascot.
That
for
is
all of
true.
them. And they're afraid of whoever's dressed up like a bear or a mouse or whatever,
Yeah. But anyway, I just wanted to throw that at you just to see what you thought about.
I don't think I'd
Taking your
take my
son to
5-year-old
Hooters.
Hooters. I don't think so.
Well, we didn't mention Hooters.
I'd take him to McDonald's with the big play yard first.
Somebody was asking if they still do that. Since
McDonald's?
COVID, do they still have
I
those
don't
places?
know because they used to. I mean, McDonald's used to do
I forget who was
birthdays.
asking
They
me.
used to have like a birthday party room, didn't they?
And then you could go in that big, like there was a ball pit, and then
and they
like
had
not a
things
slide.
for
I
him
think
to
it was
do.
a
You
slide, but
and
you climb through that thing.
Yeah.
I guess you couldn't do it today with COVID. You'd have to clean that sucker.
Well, I'm sure they closed it down during COVID.
I don't know if any of them do it anymore. To be honest, they used to have outside playgrounds at some McDonald's.
We used to stop on our way to and from vacation. That's why we did the Burger King or the McDonald's or something like that, because there was an outside play yard and the kids could eat. And if they didn't finish eating it, but they got in that play yard and tired themselves out, then they could finish eating in the car when we got back in.
Yeah.
And it just gave them some out of the car time.
Right. Next subject. They asked some husbands how many unfinished projects they had at home. And I was thinking
It's
about
not you,
this.
it's me.
No, well, yeah, you're working on them though. I mean, it's not like you just left them for years.
Oh.
I mean, I finished the
One's
shed.
been a couple months in the middle.
I do
of
like
the
to
line,
finish
so-
things. I do not like to have things hanging over my head. That is true. Like I don't like I know a lot of guys move on to the next, like they don't like trim work and stuff. And
They
it
don't
is
finish it.
tedious.
Yeah.
But to me,
It's
the
not
job
done
is
till it's all
not done
until-
unless it's done. Like when we put our new floor in and I had all that trim to do and I put new doors in and I just for me it was like
I have to.
I have to.
Done.
It doesn't look right if I got the floor done and no doors
No trim.
and no trim. It just, I don't know. Anyway, so they asked husbands how many projects that were unfinished. The average response was 3. So they have 3 projects going with 3. And then wives were asked how many unfinished projects their husbands had. And the average response was 6. So it doubled just by asking the wives. The average husband surveyed thought he'd finished his projects within 3 to 6 months. The average wife said it would take him at least a year to finish. So then it asked, what project does your husband, if you're listening, what is he working on? Is it done? How long is it taking him? When we took on the shed, which is not really a shed, it's
another
basically a house.
A small efficiency apartment.
Bigger than that, I think.
What is it, 12 by 20?
It's 12 by 20, yeah.
It's a big shed. It's
is a
bigger
big
than
shed.
2 of our bedrooms.
These 2 put together, I think, would match the shed. If we put the little bedroom where I have my studio and then the room we're in, which is now Fenn's playroom for the most part. Yeah, I think that would be, actually, I think the width and the length, if you take this wall out, right?
It might.
It might be bigger. Now that you said
What's
it.
the room downstairs that the boys were all in?
It is
It's
a little
about-
bit longer.
Is it a little bit
It's a
longer
little bit
than 20?
longer. Yeah, it's 12, but I think it's 24.
It's a big room.
But I don't have any projects that I can think of that are not finished.
My projects right now are cleaning out cupboards and clothes and stuff that I haven't worn in years. And then I get it out and I'm like, hey, this still looks good on me, and put it back in. And
Yeah, the only thing that I would say that Terry and I have different views on, if you go through a closet and she says, I'm going to get rid of something, right? So when I think of getting rid of something, my view is you say, I'm not going to wear it. I haven't worn this in 2 years. Instead of actually taking all the items that you've collected and taking them to the mission, we store them in the sunroom, and then she goes back through them thinking, well, I might wear this now. So you really don't ever get rid of anything. So it's like, why not just leave it in the closet in the first place?
The last batch of stuff I got rid of was because I was too heavy for it all. And now I'm wishing I would have kept there's at least 2 sweaters.
It wouldn't have fit you.
No, it would fit me now. The one.
Oh, you're saying they were too small for you at the time.
They were too. Yes, because I wouldn't wear them because you could they were so clingy that you could see every roll that I had, and now I wish I would have kept a few of those things because now they would look good on me.
So what's the point of going through your closet though if you're not going to get rid of anything? I mean, if we're just going to look at it.
No,
in the sunroom.
I will get rid of it. I just haven't been through. How many closets do I have with clothes in them, Ron? How many?
Let's go through. Let's do that.
Okay,
if you want to bring
count
up that
coat closets too, I'm in.
Okay,
let's doo-doo.
Terry has a walk-in closet in the sunroom,
which you do have some stuff in there.
Terry, I've got 5 pants that are hanging on the very end. You've got that whole. Now it's not just clothes. There's other stuff in there, but. There's clothes in there.
There's linens. There's some sheets in there.
Not a lot, though. That's a walk-in closet. Then we go to our bedroom. And Terry has at least
I have half
if not a little bit more. Because you have the top and the bottom. You have a bar on the bottom that is all you from the bottom. Then let's go to the other 2 bedrooms. Terry has
You have
both,
stuff on your side.
I do. Not on the bottom.
On the bottom.
Well, it's just my pants on top of that 45s that I need to get rid of because I don't use 45s anymore. They're just pants. That's it. Now you have a whole rack of. Okay, so that's our bedroom and a sunroom.
Does that rack go all the way over?
No.
Above your 45s?
No, it just hangs. No, it hangs only so far. Then let's go to the other 2 bedrooms. You have both of these closets. You have the one we're in now, full of sundresses.
I did, and I just cleaned the sundresses out. Did you see how empty that is now? But then I brought my
You consider that empty?
Well, I brought my business clothes from downstairs, upstairs, and I did that because I thought Mom was coming. But then now I don't know if she's coming. So I moved that stuff up because I was trying to get the downstairs bedroom closet completely clean in case she goes.
We haven't got to the downstairs
in case
closet,
she comes.
because you have that closet too.
But it is almost empty.
And that is a big closet.
You know what? There's more of your stuff in it now.
There is a lot of sweaters.
Because your sweaters are in there. And I cleaned all my stuff out. And then I had to take my winter heavier sweaters out of the dressers that we took to Zachary's house. And we did all this just in case Mom
I do have a lot of
with us.
winter stuff that I don't put in the attic anymore. That's done. But it's really not. If you look, it's not. It's on some shelves. And that's a big closet. And you have my studio closet. You have...
Oh, that's chock
That's
full.
all. That's chock full, yeah.
I don't know what's on the bottom of there, though.
That's all my stuff.
Yeah.
Just
but
studio
there's just
stuff.
a rack full of clothes.
So you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5
a lot of my
closets.
sweater dresses are back in there because they were in the downstairs. Like I had only sundresses in this closet, but then now
you're going to retire, and we're going to have all these closets of clothes that you're not going to wear.
Well, that's why I'm stacking up a lot.
Unless you're going to get up in the morning, dress.
And I'm not.
And you're not. I know you're not. Yes.
I want to keep a few sundresses for when we go on vacation and stuff. And I want to keep the ones that are the most comfortable and the ones I think I wear like over a bathing suit and stuff like that. But
all right. Okay.
So I've been going through them.
I know, but it's sitting in the middle of the sunroom.
I know.
With your shoes that you're getting rid of.
But some of my shoes
I gave you a giant box.
I know, but some of my shoes are in such good shape that I was thinking of,
what?
Either offering them up or vintage or something, because I have that one pair of suede boots that I've worn like once or twice. And I know I'm not going to wear them if I retire because they match a couple dresses, and I'm probably getting rid of those dresses because I won't be wearing them because,
All right. Yeah, I know.
Yeah. I'm only going to keep a few dresses to go to church, and I do want to keep a few things in case I do want to go back to work part-time at some point or something.
Even if you got rid of everything that's on the middle of the floor, you would still have 5 closets worth of clothes. Plus, don't forget your dresser. Don't forget your dresser.
Oh, I know.
It's full. Underneath the bed, we have on that side of your side has
yours does
3.
Too?
Yeah, but it's all these little yours are chock full of clothes, sweaters, good clothes. I just have
the one is short sleeve sweaters and the other one's jeans.
And don't forget, you have the thing in front of the.
Yeah,
That's
which
full
is
of jeans
mainly
too.
jeans and purses. There's purses in there also.
Oh, don't get us started on shoes. We won't even go
Oh
there.
yeah, we won't even go to shoes
No.
because I got a lot of shoes.
All right, I have a lot more to talk about, but we're going to finish it on what if men got pregnant. Of course, some people think men can get pregnant. It's a wild world we live in.
Yes, it is.
But if men could be pregnant, how different would it be? And so here are some of the things that could change if a man could get pregnant.
Okay.
You ready? So if a man got pregnant, maternity leave would last 2 years with full pay.
I think so.
If men got pregnant, there would be a cure for stretch marks. I don't know about that.
I don't know about
Maybe.
that. I don't think most of them are that vain because I think a lot of women are more vain than men.
If men got pregnant, children would be kept in the hospital until toilet trained.
If men got pregnant, I think the pregnancy would start the maternity leave part away through.
That's why it says 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, when I did my nerve test, the girl giving me the nerve test told me that I did better than most men, that a lot of men cried. And, I did really well during the nerve test. But I had the nerve test that went through your whole body because it was the nerves going to my toes, But and she said that,
And finally, if men got pregnant, they'd stay in bed during the entire pregnancy.
Well, that was my feeling. Oh, my back aches. Oh, I stubbed my toe yesterday. I can't get up today.
Oh, men. You wouldn't want men to be pregnant. It wouldn't be a pretty thing anyway.
Yeah, and I don't understand, you take sick. I never had sick time either whenever I had my kids and they were little. And I remember RJ was like 5 months old. I got strep throat and was throwing up and everything. And, I mean,
speaking of,
except to go to the hospital, I had him with me,
Yeah. If you could be a man for 24 hours, what's the first thing you would do besides pee standing up? Although you probably hover over the toilet anyway.
I don't think of things like that. I don't know.
What would you do?
If I was a man?
Yeah, if you were a man for 24 hours. If I was a woman, I'd probably never leave the house.
You're so sick. You're so sick.
Be a boob man.
See, I'm not.
Say, what the heck?
If I was a man, I don't think about being a man. I guess I'm weird. I mean,
you wouldn't want to just see what it's like to pee standing up.
And now I never even thought about wanting to pee standing up. It would be convenient at very unclean restrooms.
Or when we're down by the pool?
Oh, well, yeah, and like when I was pregnant and we stopped in Tampa, and I didn't want to go in there. I wanted to squat in the corner and pee in the corner because it was cleaner than the John was.
You didn't hover over it?
In that case, it would have been convenient to be a man because I had to pee so bad, and it was so filthy. And then there were bugs flying around in there, and I was afraid to touch anything. I was afraid I'd catch something in there. Like I needed to go to the restroom again just to wash off. I was like, if you see a beach drop off, I'd rather go get in the beach and go pee, All
right, that's it, huh? You wouldn't...
I just don't think of anything I don't think there's anything a man could do that I can't already do besides, pee standing up. I don't want to go to war. Women can shoot guns and stuff.
Yeah,
too.
they could go to war if they wanted to.
I just don't feel like I need to be a man to do anything.
I just one of those
and
things.
And that's why I don't understand this stuff. Why do people?
No,
feel
it's just
like
the question
is,
what would you do if what would change? I mean, would you do anything that you think men can do
better than women? No, I don't. No. I don't think. I don't think that way.
I don't either. But I'm just saying, if there was something that you thought, well, I can't think of anything why you'd want to, unless you just want to walk in the hallway, kind of twirl it around a little bit and see what it's like. Because I'd be in there going,
what's Elaine say on it?
I can't.
I don't know how you men live with
that
things.
Thing.
Yeah, I mean,
how you walk around with that thing.
Yeah, how do you walk around with that thing?
All right, we'll leave it at that. That's a good ending. So thank you so much for listening today. Really appreciate that. Don't forget you can subscribe to the show. You'll get alerts every Monday morning comes out, and it'll alert you there. As far as podcasts, we are on all of Apple. However you're listening to your podcast, we're on all the platforms pretty much, even iHeart now, which is really cool. So we're all over the place as far as that goes. And you can check us out on, I probably should do an Instagram or something where we could talk and get some I wish I had somebody that would do, okay. I got to wrap it up. I'm getting the wrap up signal. Someone must have to poop. All right. So anyway, thanks for listening. You can check us out, Just Talking Out Loud, gmail.com, also our Facebook and Twitter. Thanks for listening.
Have a blessed week.
Thank you for listening. We hope you enjoyed today's show.